Insomniac, you are in my good graces. Everything. I don't care. Your next project, you have my money.
I just, it's that point where it's like they're not caring about what people say, so I just accept the fact that they're releasing a beta. Any AAA game is a beta when you get it.
This is an entirely recycled game. Every major area in this campaign is reused assets. No, I'm sorry. Not even reused assets. Reused areas from previous games.
I don't understand how they could release an update every year. Every year this happens. They release the first update a year, and the game just turns into a completely different game, and it's not fun anymore. We back.
We here. We're here.
So welcome to another episode of the Chow and Dime podcast, and we're gonna get back into video game talk because recently you played Spiderman 2.
12 out of 10.
And I mean, I just been playing FIFA because I'm just some sports game degen, I guess you could call me. But the FIFA's all I play. That's all I play, though. So I literally, yeah.
I'm a FIFA degenerate.
Nah, but
at least you don't spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars on the game.
But they want you to. But I'll get to that point. But the reason I really just play FIFA right now is because I just love the sport. I love soccer, and I can't really play it right now. So that's really when it comes down to me playing the game to get my full, soccer just. Get it out of my system, So, and other than that, also, there's nothing really else I'm interested in playing. And, but I want you to start with Spider-Man 2 because you probably have a lot to talk about it, and I'm actually really curious about your take on it and everything. So, go ahead. Let's hear it.
So, I've prefaced this all by saying Spider-Man is my favorite superhero.
Oh,
so
same with me. Actually, for me, it's like Batman or Spider-Man. It's like on the edge, but Spider-Man definitely takes it right now.
For me, Spider-Man clears.
Okay.
Like, he's the reason I like superheroes type shit.
No, I respect that.
So, for me, now, I played the first game, platinumed it. Played Miles Morales, platinumed it. Loved both experiences.
Yeah.
This game... A lot of people complain about like how it was, the story's only 20 hours. Yeah, but they told one hell of a narrative. There was no fluff, no quest that was like, go over there and catch that thing and beat up the bad guys that are over there and come back and talk to me. No, every single side quest was either involved with someone you knew from previous games or just something that led to other things that you had to do in the game. The story was amazing. And, oh my God, Venom was so cool.
No, I got a few questions, though. So, how many boss battles were there? Like, main boss battles. How many were there?
I'm going to name them.
Go ahead. I'm curious.
Sandman, Venom, Scream.
Scream was in there? Or, wow.
It's one of the symbiotes from, like, the older comics, if you've ever played the game. Let me drop some knowledge on you people that I learned from TikTok. Well, I didn't learn it from TikTok, but I read the comics. But basically, in the comic book world, there's different types of symbiotes.
Yeah.
They represent different types of emotion and blah, 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 blah. So in the game, you fight symbiotes that are affecting New Yorkers. And each one of them have, like, a different ability. The green ones are stupidly fast and really fucking annoying, but are weak as shit. The purple ones will just, like, shoot you from a distance. The red ones will try to, I don't really know, like try to like hit you with like their tentacles and bring you in. And the yellow ones just want the hands. All four of those symbiotes have comic book relevance. And one of the symbiotes that were in the comics was Scream. Spoiler alert for all you people that haven't played it yet. One of the symbiotes get MJ. And that's how
Don't
Scream
you play
is
MJ too in the game? Yeah. I heard that she's really OP.
No.
She's not. Okay,
no.
Then what I heard was wrong then.
I mean, her stun gun is really good and everything, but I think I speak for everyone when I say if I'm gonna play a Spider-Man game, I don't want to play as Mary Jane Watson.
Well, that's what I figured. I
You
mean,
know?
they kind of did what the Batman games did, where you could play Catwoman, you could play Batman.
Yeah, but that's different considering they have
That actually
have
Catwoman's
abilities.
good. Yeah, Catwoman
Not like
actually
MJ, where her
fights.
abilities are run,
Yeah.
duck, stun.
And then Spider-Man has to rescue her.
Yeah.
That's literally her whole role in the show.
I'm like, why am I playing a mission where I have to like look up and see Spider-Man flying over me? Why can't I be giving these motherfuckers the hand? Besides the point, the way Peter gets a symbiote is incredible.
Okay.
A lot of people thought it was a cop-out, but I was just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You going to tell the narrative how it's been told the last 18 million times? How many times do I got to see fucking Uncle Ben die? Like, that's the same thing that I accustomed to. But the story is really good. There's a stupid amount of Easter eggs. The whole narrative is incredible. You see the descent into... You see it on the suit, you know?
Oh, wow. That's cool.
You see the suit corrupting Peter just from the designs on the suit. It's such a good game. Insomniac, you are in my good graces. Everything. I don't care. Your next project, you have my money. So, just everything. There's little details in the game. Like, for instance, if this was made by EA or Activision or any of these stupid billion-dollar companies that only care about money...
It would be a shitty game.
No, what the main difference in what you would be able to tell is the swinging. The swinging.
Oh.
They would literally copy-paste the same swinging mechanics from Peter and Miles.
Oh,
You
they
can
have different
distinctly feel the difference between the two of them simply by swinging.
Is Miles like quicker just because he's like a kid? So he like moves around like a little bit more fluently? Is that the thing I'm getting at?
In terms of tricks, yes, Miles is a little bit more fluent with the tricks than Peter
Yeah,
is.
that's what I'd
But
say.
in terms of like how they release their web and fling themselves up, Miles
that's
and
even
Peter are
different.
different
Wow.
completely.
Cool. Different
They might
animations.
fight. They might fight the same when it comes to, like the actual like the 4-hit combos.
Yeah.
But for instance, if you hold the square button, it's an uppercut move that shoots them into the air, and you could jump up and fight them in the air.
Yeah.
Miles does like a double kick upwards, while Peter just does a straight up uppercut. And just a lot of different things. The abilities are different. The web gadgets are the same, but that kind of makes sense.
So I have another question. Is the map different from the first game? Is it different?
It's not. It is different, yes, but the only difference is that they expanded it. The older games, you could only really play in like Manhattan, kind of like you know how like New York City goes like this?
Yeah, Manhattan.
So
like that,
you couldn't go to like anything that was across
Like
the bridges
Brooklyn
over
and-
here. You couldn't go
yeah.
to Brooklyn, parts of Harlem.
Yeah.
I might be fucking up my New York logic.
No,
but,
you're right.
anywhere across the bridges you couldn't go
Yeah.
to. You were just stuck in the island of Manhattan.
Got you.
Now they expanded it to where you can go across bridges. They added a wingsuit. There's air tunnels. There's so much love in this game that after beating it and getting the platinum trophy for it, I don't even know what to play again.
So, but you said 20 hours for a game that has a map that big kind of just makes me think that, all right, it's a big map, but how do they spread out everything you need to do within that map if it's only the 20-hour game? Like, was it satisfying in that
Yes.
aspect? So explain like how the game really was spread out around the map. Like,
So-
what was
So
that all about?
each area of the map is broken into different types of, like Upper East Side, Astoria, financial district of Manhattan. Each of them are broken up into different like subcategories of areas, and each one of them have like a couple things to do. Whether it's like, oh, if you play as Miles, you have to go find one of the Prowler stashes. If you're playing as Peter, you have to do the environmental shit that him and Harry are doing. There's collectibles, there's different things to do, but it's just everything is broken down in a way where, I mean, I put 33 hours into the game,
Yeah.
and I have the
Well, you
platinum
got
trophy.
Yeah, you got platinum. So it definitely takes
Which
longer.
normally most
than-
games will take me 60 hours to do.
Yeah.
Hell, are you fucking serious? I'm almost at 80 hours of Sekiro, and I'm 3 trophies still away from the platinum of that game. Sekiro's a great game, by the
Yeah,
way.
you love that game.
I've beaten it fucking 4 times
Yeah.
or 3 times.
No, you always talk about that.
But other than that, Yeah, Spider-Man's a great game. We can go into more detail about this game later, but like I don't really want to get too much into the narrative considering the game's been out for 2 weeks.
I want one more question about the narrative. What is like the ratio of cutscene to fighting? Like, do they get that down pretty well? Because some
think
games
so.
it's a little like swayed one way or the other. You know what I mean? Like a little too much cutscene, a little bit too much.
So
other
the
way.
cutscenes way more. Like the cutscenes definitely have.
But
There's
they're
action
good.
pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for instance, I remember, I don't know if you were in Discord when I was saying this, but if Craven, gets his head bit off by Venom, spoiler, when Craven was on the screen, I listened. Everything he said was great. Everything. And Venom is just fucking cool.
Yeah, I did watch the final fight against Venom.
Incredible.
Yeah, it looked pretty sick. And Venom looked unreal too. He just looked like an absolute monster, and I loved it.
How he should have
loved it.
been. Not the. Don't get me wrong. I love Tom Hardy, but the Venom that they have in the Venom movies now is not the Venom I want.
Yeah, those
I don't
movies
want a
suck.
Venom that's cracking jokes. I want a Venom who is literally trying to bite people's faces off,
Yeah,
and that's what he did.
that's what he did. Yep.
But there's some set pieces in that game that you're like,
Yeah, I watched a little bit, and it's pretty nice. I could just watch that game. You know what I mean? Like I don't even need to play it. Like I could just watch it on YouTube and
please
still,
do just
and feel satisfied.
just
by
watch
it.
all the cutscenes.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that with other games before. I've done that with like the God of War games and stuff like that.
Great games.
Yeah,
another game franchise that if I see God of War or anything, they have my money.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll go into
How about we go from top of the barrel to so far down the barrel
yeah.
that it is dog shit.
So we're going straight from single player, put blood, sweat, and tears into making a game, into multiplayer. Let me take all your money and make a shitty product. Those are the territories we're going into right now.
Bro, have you seen all this stuff that's happening with Call of Duty, bro?
Well, I want you to explain some of it, but before you explain it, I just want to say I watched a guy who did a 60 hours. He played the beta, and then he did a review on it. He said that the gameplay wise, that it feels like a mix between Modern Warfare 2019 and the previous game Modern Warfare 2 in terms of mobility. So it's kind of a mix. Like it's not super slow like last year's game, but it's also not super fast, which people love the Modern Warfare 2019 mobility. So I wish they just stuck with that. But anyway,
This game.
What were you gonna say?
This game is literally everything Modern Warfare 2 should have been.
You think it's you're hyping it up then a little bit?
No.
You're
This
thinking
game
last
proves-
game was a shit show.
This game
and that should have been that
proves
game.
to me how incompetent Activision is. You said this entire year, we are going to drop a full-fledged game. A full-fledged game.
Mhm.
Full-fledged. You're going to have a great campaign. Blah, blah, blah. All this. If it's a full-fledged game, why the fuck am I seeing people load up this game and I'm seeing it not as its own standalone game? You know how like when you pull up a trophy list, it'll be like Call of Duty, Spiderman, FIFA.
Yeah.
There's no platinum trophy for Modern Warfare 3.
Well, they got rid of so much shit. They got rid of all the achievements in the game, like that. Well, that's what you're saying. But you're just talking about menu achievements, like in the PlayStation menus. I'm talking about pure achievements you just get with like calling cards and shit. Didn't they get rid of that stuff, or is it still there?
Chow, this game is in Modern Warfare 2 as if it's a DLC. You know how like when you
And then
open up a
there's-
game that has DLC and it'll be like main game and then it'll be
And they're
DLC
just selling
packs?
it, yeah.
That's what it is. These people, literally, if you bought Call of Duty, you're a fucking guinea pig.
Yeah, that the
It's a
generation
$70
doesn't have that shit.
expansion for everything that you wanted from the previous game.
It's a joke.
The whole marketing for this game was everything that you want. This is an entirely recycled game. I'm seeing people play this campaign. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little curious. Every major area in this campaign is reused assets. No, I'm sorry, not even reused assets. Reused areas
They fucked
from
up the
previous
campaign.
games.
Oh my
Bro,
God.
you're literally on Verdansk.
It's the one thing they. had
You're
going
literally
for 'em.
on Verdansk in a campaign.
That's ridiculous.
How the fuck are you gonna have a thing where I'm sitting here thinking that they're like, oh, we're gonna have an experience that's more stealth based and blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't believe that for
That's the
fucking
one
minute.
thing they had going for them, though, was the campaign, and
Yeah.
now that's ruined too. Oh my god,
Bro, I'm
That's
seeing
so
people that are
disappointing.
that are
That's
sitting
so
here saying,
disappointing.
oh, and I haven't even gotten to the bugs of the game, of how some people
of
can't
course
even
there's bugs.
open the game. How some people can't even get in. There's a viral clip going around right now of Dr. Disrespect, who's literally like sitting there. He's like, oh, okay, launch, open up Modern Warfare 3. Let's play the campaign. Proceed. Update requires reset. Okay, cool. Reset. Okay, let's open up Modern Warfare 3. Rinse and repeat. The same thing happens every time.
Is the game out yet?
Well, the
Or
early
it's like
access. If you
early
if you
access.
pre-ordered it and you want to be a fucking guinea pig, if you pre-ordered it and everything, instead of being like, oh, or early access to the beta, no, now they're giving you the campaign a week early because, excuse me,
That's what they did last year.
yeah, because
Yeah.
they realized nobody plays their campaign.
Yeah. That's so
You don't
sad, though.
appreciate how good games are until you walk away from Call of Duty. Like, I don't give a fuck. The best decision I made was right around when Vanguard was whatever. I decided, you know what? I'm done with this franchise. I'm tired of having the same complaints for every single year. Everyone's like, oh, COD, this will be the year. This will be the year. No, it's not. What's going to happen is in a month, you're going to be like, oh, this game sucks. Skill-based matchmaking. They're not going to change
Yeah.
a skill-based matchmaking
That's there
system.
permanently forever. That's a fact.
They're not going to change a skill-based matchmaking system that they spent 5 years building up. Why are you going to put so much time, effort, and resources into a skill-based matchmaking system for in 2 years to go, yeah, we're going to scrap that?
Yeah, they're not gonna get rid of it ever. Nope. But yeah, another thing I saw about the game.
Coughing up a lung
No,
here.
you're good. Another thing I saw about the game is that the spawn system is so bad that all the previous maps that they're bringing back do not feel the same. Just because the spawn system sucks.
I said that
What?
I said that to you during the beta.
Yeah.
I said, I don't care. You can bring back my favorite maps. You could literally drop a map pack that's Nick Diamond's favorite maps and just give a list of them.
Yeah, that's funny.
They won't play the same way. Newsflash for anybody out there. If you're going to sit here and think that them bringing back old maps and you think that they're still going to play the same way they did when you remember them,
No.
you are dumb.
Yeah.
You're
no,
dumb.
No way.
They have to rebuild the spawn system every single game. Why do you think the spawns are broken every year? How come shipment's been in the game for the last 20 years or whatever long it's been, but yet every single year they have to take shipment out of the rotation because they need to fix the spawns?
Well, that's my point. Is that they literally construct the game around people who have never played COD before. So I think their spawn system really revolves around how fast can you get a kill. Like, let's make sure that this person who just died can get a kill quickly, or else they're gonna lose interest, or they're just not gonna have fun. And that all goes with people who've never played the game before. They want to really teeter to those people, the super casuals. I'm not even talking about regular casuals. I'm talking about people who've never even touched a controller before. Those are the people they're trying to get at now. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. So if you played COD for a long time, I think it's time to wrap it up. Just say, you know what, the old COD games are fun, but these games are not meant for me anymore, because they're not. They really aren't. They're not meant for hardcore COD players anymore, and that's the reality of it. Mm-hmm. So it's a shame, but it's just how it is. It sucks.
People need to understand that a lot of these AAA developers now, they don't have your best interest in mind.
No, they also want to make money.
They have their best financial decision in mind.
Yeah, they want to make money.
Think
all
about
the microtransactions, everything. The Battlepass system, Fortnite brought up, fucking joke. So yeah,
I still really do want to play the OG map though.
No, we'll play that. No, we'll play it. I got to download it tonight, but we'll play that.
Oh, I have it downloaded already.
Okay.
I just want to, I gotta bring back. Man, I gotta get my Fortnite duo back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm down to play.
Yeah, bro.
But let me get into.
Let's stink up the joint real quick and then get shit on by all these little 9-year-olds that do a line of G Fuel before jumping on Fortnite.
Nah, Fortnite should be okay right now, since all the people who haven't played it for a long time are coming back. So I think it should be not super sweaty for a little bit. As far as how I see things going, I mean, there's probably like double the player base right now just from this whole new
5 million people.
Yeah, so it's probably double to triple the player base it was like a few days ago. So yeah, there'll be a lot more casuals, and I think it'll be easier, it'll be more fun to play for a bit until people get bored of it within a few days, but we'll see.
I mean, I'm hearing stuff that apparently what they're doing is they're bringing back the old season. Like, they're starting off at season 3, and then next week 4, then 5, then 6,
Oh,
then 7.
okay.
So I would do that, but I also, for the week of season 6, I'm not, going in there to fucking fly planes, bro. I'm not doing all that.
It was kind of fun. I missed the balls though. Remember the balls you roll
Oh, the
around
ballers,
and
yeah.
fling the ball like
Dude,
across the map.
I remember.
I love those balls.
Dude, I remember me and Nikki G. Whenever like the Tuesday would come out, we'd always try to get the challenges done to progress the battle pass. We literally landed a game,
Everyone
wouldn't
did that
grab
shit.
any weapon. We go right for the ballers and just go do whatever. We gotta go open up 5 chests and
Everyone
flush
did that,
factory.
bro.
Okay, cool.
It's all about the battle pass. I hate battle passes, by the way. I hate them. I think they ruin the gaming experience.
Yeah,
they make you
because-
grind for shit you don't care about. You just want a reward. You grind for a reward that you're not going to care about.
You give mediocre content of 100 tiers of 100 tiers of things that people go meh.
Yeah, stupid.
If your battle pass was filled with things that people actually wanted, like for instance, Call of Duty's battle pass. Why the fuck would I want a charm on my weapon? I don't give a fuck about that.
Why is that a thing?
Because they need to dilute the loot pool.
I know, but it's stupid that
The same reason why you remember COD World War II with the loot boxes?
That was
what
fun.
you know what the dumbest thing in the fucking world was? Pistol grips.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Pistol grips. Chowski, why the fuck would I want a pistol grip on my fucking weapon that my hand is going to be covering?
But what COD got right in that sense is that you could get those boxes for free just by playing.
Oh yeah, you could do
which
daily
was nice.
challenges.
Yeah.
You could do daily challenges, but
You didn't
even
have to
then,
pay for
I'm not going to sit here. But that's what I mean. They want things to dilute the loot pool, for they can say, "Hey, give us more money."
Yeah, they make it harder to get the good
There's
shit.
a reason why I've said I'm kind of done with multiplayer games. They're just not fun anymore.
Well, let me just wrap it up with FIFA then. Yeah, FIFA is pretty much everything we said combined, like in terms of multiplayer shit. It's about making people want to pay to get good packs, to get good players, rinse and repeat. Battle pass system. Instead of FIFA having a battle pass, they have a season system. So you got to get XP by doing challenges, and then you get stuff just like a battle pass. And then the thing that FIFA does is that they release daily content. So that keeps people playing the game because you want to get up and just open the game and be like, all right, I wonder what they're releasing today. Are they releasing a new card, or they're releasing like there's a thing they added called evolutions where you could upgrade cards in the game by doing like challenges and shit. So are they going to release a new evolution that you could upgrade a card or whatever? But overall the game is it's just a mess. There's problems with the gameplay itself that has gotten worse throughout, the past like 5 to 10 years. And specifically that has to do also with new player base, just like with COD. Like they're trying to bring in casual players more and taking away more the competitive players, and it just makes them more money. I mean, that's really the whole point of that. And then another thing too is that this has been happening ever since FIFA like 18. And by the way, the new game now is called FC 24. They lost the naming rights for FIFA, so Football Club 24 is what it's called. But because they lost the rights to FIFA, now they got to make up a lot more money because people aren't going to be wanting to play a game called FC 24. They want to play a game called FIFA because it's just been called FIFA forever. And now they're trying to, put in a lot more different packs for people to open, and they're doing that more than the actual content itself. They're just promoting all these packs to open. So that's a problem itself.
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy how much that reminds me of just Apex, man. I know EA makes Apex as well, but it's just.
But you know what's the worst part about this game is that this is what I was gonna say a few seconds ago, is that ever since FIFA 17 or FIFA 18, they let the game come out, and the game's good. Honestly, the game comes out, and the first month of the game is pretty good. It's a little bit new, it plays smooth. There's bugs and stuff, but it is what it is. Games nowadays, every new game has a bug or two or 100 bugs just because they don't release full games, and I've accepted that. Now.
That's why we don't pre-order games anymore, especially if they're AAA releases.
I just it's that point where it's like they're not caring about what people say, so I just accept the fact that they're releasing a beta. Any AAA game is a beta when you get it. Besides Spiderman and like single player games.
I mean, Spiderman had its issues too. Like I have a clip on my PlayStation of me literally phasing through a building, but it wasn't game breaking enough where I stopped playing.
Yeah, and so this is what EA does. So they release the game, The first month, everyone likes it. It sounds like COD, right? Like people love, the honeymoon phase of a new game. And then by a month goes by, first update comes out. 50 fucking things they change in the game. Boom, just like that. They're changing it. So many fucking things, and the game plays like shit now. Totally different game. Things that were fun to do in the game or just felt smooth, all of a sudden don't feel right. And this happens every year. They release the new first patch of the year, and the game feels totally different. And it just blows my mind, dude. It blows my mind how they just get away with that. I just don't get what they're trying to do with that stuff.
1 step forward, 2 steps back.
But I don't understand how they could release an update every year. Every year this happens. They release the first update a year, and the game just turns into a completely different game, and it's not fun anymore. I don't understand their whole, just their plan.
Because it's
in
change.
General.
It's change for the sake of change. And when you do change for the sake of change, it's not going to work out.
And another thing, too. They have a game. They only have 2 competitive game modes in the whole game. Then they have 1 game mode where you have to pay to actually play the game mode. And then they have CPU gameplay. They have 3. That means they have 2 game modes that are worth playing, and the whole game. And I'm talking specifically Ultimate Team, because that's what the whole game's wrapped around, is Ultimate Team, and what everyone plays is Ultimate Team. I didn't give you guys that context before, but I'm talking specifically about Ultimate Team. And how could you have a game that only has 2 game modes? How is that possible? How can you... This game used to have so many different game modes in Ultimate Team, tournament modes, single-player modes, all these different types of gameplays or game modes. And now they just are pushing you to play these super competitive game modes where the gameplay sucks all the time. Mm-hmm. Super just ratty game, just people doing anything to win.
It's annoying. Broken
mechanics. I could get into the specifics, but it's not worth it. But yeah, that's pretty much my gist, is that it's not just COD. It's EA, it's all these big companies, AAA games. They don't know what they're really kind of lost the whole blueprint of making their games.
Let's switch over to games that I've been hearing great things about.
Sure.
There are 2 games that I've heard amazing things about. One's a FromSoft title.
Oh yeah,
Armored Core 6.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
I've heard amazing things about this game.
Mm-hmm.
I have a buddy of mine who plays it all the time, and he says this is my game of the year. This is the best game I've played all year.
So then
there's another game.
Gotta try
it's
it.
called Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know too much about it.
I don't know much about it either.
But
I heard about it though.
There's a guy I follow on YouTube. His name is The Act Man.
Yeah.
Great YouTube channel, by the way.
He's
you want
great.
any good gaming video, any good gaming opinions or anything like that? Look him up. I very much respect his opinion when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, he plays everything. He's good. Yeah.
And he did a video covering Baldur's Gate 3. Everything he said about the game made me want to play the game. The fact that somebody asked the developers, hey, is there going to be DLC in this game? Developers said, no. We're giving you a full game for the amount of money you paid, by the way.
Love hearing that, actually.
And I'm like, what the fuck happened to that philosophy? What happened to that philosophy?
I remember when we were kids, there was no such thing as a DLC until like Modern Warfare 2, where they released a DLC like super late in the game cycle. That was the
We'd
first
have a
time I
DLC
remember
once every 4 months. Maybe 3, actually. Yeah, because you got 4.
Was it that often?
You got 4 DLC packs.
Was it that often? Wow.
I think so. They also probably depended on the game, but
yeah, of course.
Bro, why does everything need to be drip fed? Why?
You're telling me? I don't fucking know, dude. I
don't
agree
know.
with you.
I don't remember
agree
who
with
I
you.
was talking to, but
Crazy.
somebody was telling me that apparently there's a game where they show a bulk amount of content, and they're like, oh, experience everything in the next 4 weeks. And I'm like, sorry, indigestion.
No, you're good.
Why are you teasing me like that? Like, why? Why would you show me all this content and then go, oh, you have to wait for it? It's like me It's like me handing you my vape and saying, "Here, you can have this," and you're like, "Wow, I really want it. I really need the vape. I've been fiending for it," and I'm just like, "No, you have to wait another 2 weeks for it." Why would I do that to you? It's like baking a batch of cookies, putting them down, and saying, "You can't eat these for the next 2 hours," but you're hungry and you want them. Why am I baking them?
I get what you mean. It really makes no sense.
This makes me want to vape.
It really makes no sense. But yeah.
If you want game recommendations, Baldur's Gate 3, Armored Core 6, Spider-Man 2 if you have a PlayStation. And yeah, that's about it.
That's pretty much it, I would think.
All right, I think we've talked about a bunch of things that we hate about modern gaming for enough of your time.
Yeah.
We thank you again for tuning in. Stay beautiful. Don't buy Call of Duty.
Buy Call of Duty.
Use your head before you want to blindly buy a game. And for the love of God, if you're gonna buy a product, do some research into it. Don't watch your favorite streamers play the game and then go, "Wow, they enjoyed it. I'm gonna play it day one."
They get paid to do that shit.
What you do is very simple. You watch the gameplay of the game, and then you look up reviews of the game, not by IGN, because IGN gives everything a
you
fucking
give it at
7.
least. You give it at least a month, too.
Yeah, even,
don't pre-order.
Yeah, don't pre-order. No, pre-ordering games is effectively dead. There's no reason to pre-order games because you're gonna get a broken piece of shit at the beginning of it,
and you're gonna pay more for it too.
Don't worry, man. We'll fix it with updates.
Yeah,
which is absolutely horrible. It's the only business in the world where I can give you an unfinished product, tell you I'll fix it later, make you wait, and then finally after 6 months give you a full product. But anyway, we've spewed about this for enough time. If you want to hear more of these gaming opinions, we probably have a podcast somewhere where we talk about this shit and we talk about Elden Ring as well.
Yep.
So,
excuse
me. If you want to hear more about this, please listen to that podcast. Be smart with your money. Don't blindly buy something. Be smart. Just because your friends are playing it doesn't mean that they're going to play it for more than 2 weeks. Stay beautiful. Stay smart. Be safe out there. And yeah, it's been the Chow and DIMES podcast. Have a great day.
See you later.
Be safe.